Here's the recap. Daniel challenged Regius to a battle to determine the fate of Mythica. It was all going well until Regius was about to finish Daniel off. In hesitation, I decided to give up and give Regius the Book of Mythica, only for him to find out it was empty. Infuriated, he pulled out an amulet and transformed into a dark being and sent us flying outside the palace of Skyhaven. Daniel and his allies were being blown away from Skyhaven and into the sky.
Daniel!
Screamed Candace.
If we die, can we die holding hands? Of course, Candace!
Daniel said as he held Candace's hand tightly. They kept being blown away until I landed on a giant bridge in a Grand Canyon. Merle and the second was surprised they survived. Betty was okay, she was able to fly. I greatly injured my leg, and Candace and Daniel were lucky they survived being blown away. Just then, the unholy tornado that obscured Regius came down from above and landed on the opposite side of the bridge. It then disappeared, revealing Regius, or more rather, his giant monster form.
Daniel!
Shouted Regius.
You made me a laughing stock, but this time I shall eliminate you and your friends for good!
Daniel! I called. We must work together to stop this monster, but you have to deliver the final blow to him! Daniel and his allies then challenged Regius and started battle. The grand finale was finally begun. The heroes tried to attack Regius with everything they had. Merle the second tried casting spells on Regius. Betty stunned him, and I also cast a stronger spell on Regius. But they were not strong enough to defeat him. Regius then roughly shook the bridge, causing the heroes to sink Betty in his balance.
He's gonna destroy the bridge!
Exclaimed Merle. The heroes then tried to get off the bridge, but I tripped over as Regius completely destroyed the whole bridge.
Alostian!
Exclaimed Daniel. Daniel, said I, who was still holding on to the bridge.
Let me help you!
Said Daniel. No, I refused I. For too long I have been living in this world for years, but as I grew older, my strength grew weaker. I'm sorry, Daniel, but before I accept my fate, take this. I then reached into my bag and threw a sword at Daniel. You are Mythica's last hope, Daniel, I said. Save our world, for all of us. Goodbye, Daniel. I then let go of the bridge and fell down the canyon.
Alostrian! No!
Screamed Daniel cheerfully. Regius also witnessed this as well, but despite its cheerful moment, he didn't feel anything but utter anger. Regius then used his power to charge up a massive laser and fired it at Daniel while saying,
This will be your burial ground!
Daniel, fueled by courage, used the sword to deflect the ray at Regius, causing him to be defeated, and fell into the canyon alongside me. Said Candace.
Thank you, Illustrian,
said Daniel, relieved. At Skyhaven, King Mythius was freed from his prison and thanked the heroes for their bravery, mostly Daniel. But Daniel was feeling sad. What seems to be the matter, my boy? Asked Miphius.
Illustrian is gone, replied Daniel. Without him, Candace and I will never leave this place.
No need to worry, echoed a voice. Suddenly, I appeared in the form of a spirit.
Illustrian!
Exclaimed Daniel. Indeed, replied I. I have managed to use my power to turn myself into a spirit, and I have come to tell you something. This sword you hold is no ordinary sword. This is a dimension blade. It can help you and your friend return home. Think of the place you're thinking of. Stab it into the ground, and you're there in an instant. Daniel then listened to my words, and then he and Candace thanked everyone, said their goodbyes, and used the dimension blade to return home. When they returned home, Candace suggested something on what to do with the dimension blade.
This blade seems too powerful. Should we bury it?
Daniel agreed with Candace, and they buried the dimension blade in a hole and filled it with dirt.
This adventure should be our little secret,
said Daniel.
Indeed, it should be,
Candace replied.
We'll try very hard to make it secret as possible. See you around, Daniel. But first...
Candace then kissed Daniel on the cheek and left the forest. Daniel was happy that he finally got kissed. As for Mythica, this world may have seen the last of Phrasius, but there was much more to do. This was finally the end of Daniel's beginning. The end.